Hi, and welcome to another episode of Hot Takes with me, the Silver Fox. Humza Yousaf has quite literally been caught with his hand in the cookie jar yet again. This time he's accused of taking ministerial cars to travel between his two homes on multiple occasions. This should be frowned upon, and one hopes that now that it's out in the open, he'll feel obliged to reach into his back pocket, pull out his wallet and pay for the use of those cars. We'll take a look at that because it isn't just the use of these cars, it's worse than you possibly think. And there's an awful lot of lies and cover-up all over this story. It's another one. It's another story that's going to run and run and run because he cannot tell the truth. He cannot be open and transparent despite his promises to be so. Let's look and see what the hell is going on with Humza Yousaf and the national Uber service run by the Scottish Government. Here goes. So Humza Yousaf accused of misusing the ministerial car service as the limo ferried him between his homes. The new First Minister utilised the ministerial car service to take him between his homes in Edinburgh and in Broughty Ferry in Dundee while he was the Health Secretary. So it's a journey of 56 miles, and he did this repeatedly using a ministerial car service. Limos and chauffeurs are at the beck and call of government ministers to allow them to attend official engagements and events, but using them in a personal capacity is frowned on. Yeah, okay, I get using it for an official event, if it's something particular, you know, a government thing or whatever, I get that, but just to run your home, just to, you know, oh, can you give us a run home because I've been drinking or something? Well, possibly not in his case, but you know the principle. Why can't he drive his own car? But when he was the failing Health Secretary, Mr Yousaf utilised the ferry to give him a lift between his two properties in Edinburgh and Broughty Ferry in Dundee. He did this twice in the same month, in February on the 22nd and the 24th. He is one of the more generous users of the limos among ministers, as he uses it to take him to Holyrood from his home often as well. Why is he using a ministerial car service meant to be for official functions as his personal Uber, his little taxi service? We need to find out what the cost of these are and bill him. These journeys were in the days after he announced that he would be challenging for the SNP leadership, a contest he barely won following a very bitter and party-splitting battle. Unfortunately, all his ministerial trips from March the 27th onwards will be kept secret due to Scottish Government protocol, which means that all the First Minister car journeys are not published. What are they hiding? I understand not publishing it in advance or even on the day, but once the journeys have been completed, there is no reason not to, unless they are deliberately hiding something. We need to know why they're not being published. We need to know where this man is going at public expense. Now, officials claim that this is due to Police Scotland advice, but it isn't, because the force have denied that they've ever given this advice. So they are making this up as they go along in order to be seen to not, or to have a legitimate reason to not publish these details. Numerous freedom of information requests by the Scottish Daily Express about this have been rejected on the grounds of it would be embarrassing to the party and to Humza Yousaf. Opposition critics blamed Mr Yousaf for using expensive ministerial car service for his own travelling between homes instead of official engagements. And Scottish Conservative Shadow Minister for Transport Graham Simpson, MSP, told the Scottish Daily Express the use of government limos have a place when it comes to ministerial business, but they should not be used to chauffeur around Humza Yousaf between private addresses. This practice is out of touch at a time when hard-pressed Scots are grappling with the cost of living crisis. This misuse of resources and taxpayers' money should be stopped immediately, and indeed he should be charged for all the ones he's had that are not on official government duty. We previously told how the Scottish Government spent almost £1 million on the car service during the 21-22 financial year, with most of that cash going towards maintenance, fuel and staff costs. A total of 28 vehicles are owned and operated by the administration. Ministers use the car service to be ferried around engagements across the country, with some even using it to get to Scottish Parliament and then back home. I think that journey should be at your own expense, not at the public purse. I don't get a lift to work and then charge the UK government. You shouldn't either. We previously revealed how cabinet secretaries used to use the chauffeur-driven cars more than 400 times just to get to work and back in 2021. Key frontbenchers John Swinney, Keith Brown and Humza Yousaf were three of the biggest culprits for this, with the Deputy First Minister using it 10 times in 1 month in June 2022. Overall, since 2018, a total of, nearly £4 million has been spent on maintenance, fuel and staff costs for the ministerial fleet of vehicles. The biggest cost is paying for staffing costs, which include paying for drivers, admin support, salaries and employers' contributions, just so people can get to work because they're incapable of actually getting to work under their own steam. This is the thing. Surely public transport in Scotland is so good that they could take a bus or a train. They do go on about how much they've invested in this infrastructure. Why don't they use it? In 2021-22, 884,000 was spent on this, while 47,500 was splashed out on fuel, which includes the purchase of diesel, petrol and electricity, plus oil and screen wash. Meanwhile, 25,000 was spent on vehicle servicing and repairs. The Scottish Government spokeswoman said, travel is an essential part of official government business. Yes, and that's fine, and we accept that. When you're using it for official government business, those car journeys must officially start at wherever the office is, if it's in Holyrood or wherever, but they start at the official government office and ends at whatever function they're going to, and then the return journey. It should not be used to ferry these people to and from work or between private locations. It's not a taxi service. Start charging them. And it's just another example of grift, isn't it? People taking money out of the public purse for their own personal gain, which is effectively theft, and you're doing it like that, and then being secretive about it, and then making up rules and making lies as so that they can cover it up. Oh, the police told us to do. No, they didn't. And even the police are saying, no, they didn't. So he steals money from the public purse so that he can have a nice ride home. He then invents rules to cover it up so nobody ever finds out about it. And he tells lies. They're all liars and they're all thieves. And we've got them banged to rights. I wonder if he'll ever pay that money back. Don't hold your breath. I'm coming up. So I wonder how often he'll be challenged on this one now. Old Taxi Yousaf. If he hasn't got enough nicknames, the old chauffeur-driven loafer. He is absolutely appalling. And the fact that he's having to get the government to lie for him to cover this up because he daren't release the figures. It's like everything else, and I keep saying it repeatedly, but it's like everything else with the SNP. The truth is so very damaging to them that they cannot afford the truth to come out. And here we are. They are effectively stealing from the public purse for their own private personal transport, and then they're lying to cover it up. What do you expect? It is the SNP. We know what they are. We know they're liars and thieves, and now they've got them banged to rights. Now they should be presented with a bill, and they should be told that they have to pay it, and they have to be seen to be paying it. But I bet that'll never ever happen. But anyway, the people who keep voting for them must like it. They must like paying for liars and thieves. That's why you vote for the SNP. That's when they're not dealing with children, of course. But that's a different video. Anyway, I shall stop there. Thank you very much for watching. If you like what you see here on the channel, please hit that subscribe button, ring the bell, leave a like, leave a comment, please share the video. And until next time, stay safe, stay well, pay your own bus fare, and goodbye.